Shalom. First and foremost, giving all praises, honor, and glory to our Heavenly Father, Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Rakah Kadash. Double honors to the apostles, elders, bishops of the Great Millstone, who do rule and teach well. Peace and blessing salutations, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Barakatham, to the sincere Akim, pushing this gospel, keeping the faith and testimony of our Lord Yahweh Shai, occupying in the prophecies until our Lord come. And to the few sincere Akwath who listen and learn as well, and silence as the scriptures command, to you I say Shalom. So, it's your brother Azariah. And this will be a quick hit, going into how this economy is about to go belly up. This thing about to collapse, all right, any day now. Being that you have the Strait of Hormuz that is now being cut off, all right, it's not really any traffic going through there right now. The U.S. and Israel definitely not going through there, because Iran already told them, if you try to get through this strait, then we're going to blow your ass up. Okay, so ain't nothing moving over there right now, all right? And the economy in Babylon is already bad. We see that since the start of this war, which is going on a week now, since this thing's been going on. Gas prices have already went up. Food prices have also gone up as well. You see, so these devils are getting ready to pull the plug, and the men of the Lord have been warning you that this is coming. All right. Jamie Dimon, came out this week and said that cyber attacks are going to happen on the banks. All right. We saw that the stocks were going crazy this week as well. So all the signs are there for these devils to usher in the Great Reset, and they're going to use this Iran war, all right, to bring this thing in. And when the banks collapse, they're going to blame it on Iran, they're going to blame it on China, they're going to blame it on Russia. But it's going to be your own government, all right, that's going to take everything from you. All right, we've gone into it, the great taking, all right, to where if you got your 401k, they're going to take that. Your retirement savings, they're going to take that. All the money you got in your banks, you ain't going to be able to get it, man. And that's why we told you, all right, to be wise. And hey, if you do have any type of money, use it while you still can, because this thing is deadly serious, man. And this once this thing go down, it's gonna be very dangerous out here. Okay, you're not gonna be wanting to be traveling nowhere and trying to get this and get that, man, because when this thing goes down, people are gonna be out to take what they can get. All right, people gonna be in survival mode, and that means that they're gonna get it by any means necessary. All right, so you want to be wise and move accordingly in this time, knowing what is to come. And first and foremost, to have your faith and your trust, all right, and have the protection of your Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. That's the most important thing. All right, because it don't matter how many, how much food and provisions that you have. If the Lord ain't with you, then it's all in vain, you see? So, without further ado, let's go ahead and play this video right here from Dabu, and Lord willing, this lesson is edifying.
We seem to have multiple economic red flags and the warning signs flashing right now, especially with war popping off big time with Iran. And you can just look over at the markets and you can see how gas, oil, spiking. And then the cost of living has been up on people, period. But now, when it comes to gold, silver, and a lot of the other commodities out there, there's warning signs that this whole thing could come down. The Straits of Hormuz, this choke point where all the oil goes back and forth, that is key. And we've got some economists out there saying exactly that if this isn't settled, it's gonna stifle the economies of every country involved, whether they're trying to export it or import it. This is why China's trying to get a pass to get through there to Iran, to get their stuff and get out without having to deal with the headache. But you can look over at the live maps and you can see how in this area there's like nothing going on. They've brought it to a standstill. Look right here. Look how no one is trying to come up around this bend. You may have one or two that slide through. Majority are piled up.
And those 1 and 2 ships that are going through that strait is either from Russia or China. All right, those are the only vessels that they're letting through that Strait of Hormuz, man. Everybody else, they ain't getting through there lest they get blown up. Okay, so this is a crucial choke point for world trade. You know, we see that global markets are going down due to this war, and the worst is yet to come. All right, because here in the West, especially Babylon, it's gonna be real bad because people not expecting this. You know what I'm saying? People have no idea what's going on really. All right, yeah, people know we're at war with Iran and they know certain things are going down, but people think that it's a normal day. You know what I'm saying? People don't think that what's going on overseas is gonna affect them here. And see, when these things come upon them all of a sudden, all right, people gonna be in crash out mode, man. Because why? They haven't been prepared. And they don't have faith, okay? Their faith is in what they can see. So when all of what they trusted in this world is taken away, that's going to be grounds for them to turn into wild beasts, all right? And hey, you already know what's going to happen, all right? People going to be out here smashing, grabbing. It's going to be a lot of graping going on. And guess what? It ain't going to be no 911 to come in and, you know, save the day. All right, you're going to be on your own. So, as it says in the book of 2 Timothy's, that in the last days shall come perilous times, dangerous times. And these are the times that we in. All right, that's why scriptures tell us to be circumspect and take heed, because the days are evil. All right, so hey, you can see right here, man, ain't no ships going through that strait. And this is only week 1 of this war. They talking about this thing going on for 90 plus days. All right, so if we already seeing these implications on week 1, how much more week 2, week 3, week 4, week 5? People have no idea, man. But it's real.
Both sides here of this peninsula. Mr. Gold is warning of a system reset, and he believes silver is going to light the fuse in terms of all this coming down. First, it's going to happen in silver, and it's going to affect gold within 24 hours. Because right now, there's a demand for physical silver that swamps the existing supply big time. So when you look at this, you look at COMEX and what they got, they already have 52 million ounces of silver standing for delivery. That's out of 86 million total. That leaves around 30 million. And they're saying this is going to cause people to step in and start calling to get their stuff returned to them, because if not, they would be foolish. They could get left holding the bag, which is what a lot of people are going to get left holding, is the bag here. When the economy does come down full scale and all of the stocks come down with it, you'll understand why Warren Buffett is sitting in mostly cash right now. You'll understand why I've been telling you to not get caught in a 401k when this happens, and to just not have your money in the banks at this point, because they're warning, as of this week, of a cyber attack in response to all this war, and it's going to hit the banks specifically. That's from saying that with the...
You see? So guys like Warren Buffett, all right, they sitting on cash. All right, they're liquidating their assets. Why? Because they know that this thing about to happen. And guess what? This war, all right, because the motto for the elites is to never let a good crisis go to waste. All right, so the fact that Esau getting his ass whooped in this war right now by Iran, he's going to use this crisis to forward the agenda of the elites, all right, which is to usher in this great reset, man. So that's what time that these devils are on, okay? So like Dabu said, you got your money in the bank, 401ks. As we've been telling you through the spirit, all that's about to go. Okay, these devils are done with this current system. They got the Genius Act ready to go. They got the 6G ready to go. They got the big, beautiful bill. Everything that was in there is ready to go, man. They already got these things prescribed on the books, ready to be set up. They just waiting on the right crisis to justify bringing these things in. And on top of that, once they do collapse this economy, because when they collapse the economy, nobody's going to have a job. You see, they already got the AI, the robots ready to go to replace you. You know, it's going to be super bad out here. You know, people are not going to have access to food and nothing like that. And that's going to be grounds for them to entice people to go to war and fight and die for the small hats, all right? Because when the streets of Babylon are in chaos, people scared to go outside, people living in fear, you ain't got no food, you don't know how you going to survive in this type of chaotic environment, the devil going to offer you a way out. You're going to be like, hey, you know, if you go to war, you're going to have three meals a day. You know, you're going to be safe, you know. We're going to teach you how to use a weapon, this and that. All right, and for those that don't go to war, well, he's going to offer you the MOTB, which is coming down the pipe as well. So as, you know, the men of the Lord have been telling you, man, through the Spirit, we in those times to where these last two prophecies are being fulfilled in real time right now. Okay, the MOTB, which is going to come first, and nuclear war is going to follow after. All right, but we're in the beginning stages of World War III right now, but it's going to explode out of control, okay, in more ways than one.
24 hours, people are going to do the same with gold. And it's going to start the whole thing off. Now, remember, the economy and the price here in the U.S. is all ran by J.P. Morgan Chase, Jamie Dimon and them that have been busted, manipulating the market before, time and time again. They're definitely doing so now. And whenever the U.S. economy does pull back, have this big crash, which is inevitable, it's going to happen, gold's going to run. Remember what they did here. They took the U.S. dollar and they pegged it to the tether, USDT, on blockchain. And they just pushed to tokenize everything. Jerome Powell came out and made a huge announcement with the tokenizing absolutely everything. Most people are not going to understand what this means. Join me for the live stream where I break this down in further detail. Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, 8 p.m. Eastern.
Yeah, so that's some Dabu right there. You see what's going on. Now, all right, let's go to Zephaniah chapter 1. Because the stock's about to crash, everything about to go under. All right, so check this out. Zephaniah 1 and 11. Matter of fact, yeah, let's start at verse 10. And it shall come to pass in that day, saith the Lord, that there shall be the noise of a cry from the fish gate, and an howling from the second, and a great crashing from the hills. Howl, ye inhabitants of Maktesh. All right, before, you know, going to expound upon that, you know, in the scriptures, you know, mountains represent, you know, large governments, you know, hills represent small governments, okay? So from the hills, man, okay, from these, you know, smaller governments, you know, overall we understand, you know, that once Babylon goes down, all these other smaller world economies are going to crash with it, because America, they hold the world reserve currency, okay? So this is going into the financials of this global trade system, because right now the whole world economy is in chaos due to this war. And as we'll read in verse 11, howl ye inhabitants of Maktesh, which Maktesh was the ancient Phoenician quarter, all right, I believe it was in or right outside the city of Jerusalem, where that was pretty much like the ancient stock trade, all right, the ancient Wall Street of his day, where all the trade and the gold and silver, you know, all of that stuff was moving around, all right? So, as it says, for all the merchant people are cut down, all they that bear silver are cut off, all right? So those that invest, okay, in the stocks, you know, you're a merchant, you got a business, everything about to go, man. People about to lose, all right? Once they crash, this current system is set up, this new digital technocracy, all right? Yeah. Verse 12, and it shall come to pass At that time that I will search Jerusalem with candles and punish the men that are settled on their lees, that say in their heart, the Lord will not do good, neither will he do evil. And that's what's about to happen. See, those that don't take heed to the warning that the prophets are giving out in this time, they're going to perish, all right? Because they ain't, you know what I'm saying, they not going to see this crash coming. You see? They ain't, these people ain't going to see it coming, man. And when it happens, it's going to blindside them. Okay, everything that they work for in this world is all going to be lost, all right? So, yeah, you know what I'm saying? These people about to be cut down. It's about to be a great humbling out here in these streets, man. And also a lot of violence, a lot of confusion. See, you go to Isaiah 24. Judgment on the earth. Isaiah 24:4, the earth mourneth and fadeth away. The world languisheth and fadeth away. The haughty people of the earth do languish. Haughty goes into pride. So like I said before, man, this is about to be a great humbling, okay? You got your boy, what's his name? Damn, what's that nigga name, man? The Saint. I know his name start with an M. I don't know why I'm forgetting it right now. But Marquette the Saint, I think that's his name. Marquette, right? Marquette Divine, all right? That nigga is over there stuck in Dubai right now, all right? And just to show you that things can change super quick, because you'll be living your best life one day, then the next minute, your ass is caught up in some folly, all right? Caught up in a bad situation, man. All right, so right now, the Most High is mocking that dude because he's famous, all right, for coming against the Hebrew Israelites and scoffing against the Lord. So look what the Lord did to him, okay? And that's his pride being brought down low, man, because guess what? The scriptures say that money that riches profiteth not in the day of evil. So these people's riches in gold and silver, that ain't going to do you no good when the Lord bring that judgment, man. Verse 5, the earth also is defiled under the inhabitants thereof, because they have transgressed the laws, changed the ordinance, broken the everlasting covenant. And when you jump down, verse 10, the city of confusion is broken down, which is Babylon, America. Every house is shut up, that no man may come in. There is a crying for wine in the streets. All joy is darkened. The mirth of the land is gone. In the city is left desolation, and the gate is smitten with destruction. See? Verse 13, when thus it shall be in the midst of the land among the people, there shall be as the shaking of an olive tree, and as the gleaning grapes when the vintage is done. So it's about to be whole lot of mourning out here, and a whole lot of anguish going on. All right, and this is all judgment from Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. And it's well deserved, man, because these people need to be brought down low. All right, these people have been proud for too long. All right. Ezekiel chapter 7 in verse let's get straight to the point, verse 18. Matter of fact, 17. All hands shall be feeble, and all knees shall be weak as water. They shall also gird themselves with sackcloth, which means that they're going to be in a state of mourning, all right, in a very sorrowful state. And horror shall cover them, and shame shall be upon all faces, and baldness upon all their heads. Verse 19, they shall cast their silver in the streets, and their gold shall be removed. That's what's getting ready to happen, man. People's gold and silver is about to be removed from them. All right, they about to lose it all. Their silver and their gold shall not be able to deliver them in the day of the wrath of the Lord. They shall not satisfy their souls, neither fill their bowels, because it is the stumbling block of their iniquity. All right, so there you have it, man. Okay, gold and silver will not save you. All right, having a stockpile of food will not save you. You see, because ultimately, if you ain't right with Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, the Lord gonna take your ass out anyway. Okay, the scriptures speak about in 2 Ezra 16 that, you know, many that dwell upon the earth shall perish of famine, and those that escape the hunger or the famine, they gonna get done in by the sword. You see, so there's no escape from the judgment of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, man. You see, these things are coming, and only the elect are gonna survive. Okay, everybody else, they're gonna be dog food out here. All right. So with that, just want to make that a quick hit. Lord willing, this is edifying through the Rakah Kadash. Call Lord Yahweh, Bashim Yahushai, Bashim Rakah Kadash. And until next time, Lord willing, shalom to the elect.